All artwork created in this video is copyright Leilani Joy. Artwork may not be reproduced without the written consent of the artist. All rights reserved. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Art Nouveau with your host Leilani Joy. This is my video art blog where I document my creative process and give you guys some tips and tricks along the way. First of all, I'm sorry that I had to resort to blatantly reading my little copyright disclaimer at the beginning of my video, but I've recently had a few unfortunate incidents of people copying my artwork and claiming it as their own, which is really not cool. You guys know how hard I work on my videos, and I just wanted to make a little clarification that I do my videos to kind of show you guys how my artwork progresses and how it comes to be, but they're not tutorials for you guys to copy my artwork and sell it or claim it as your own, because it's mine and I work really hard on it. And I encourage you guys always to be inspired by other artists and learn from other artists and practice and learn from masters, but always ultimately creating your own unique artwork. And like I said, I love fan art and I love to see your guys' interpretation of my work, but just remember to always say that it's inspired by me, or tag me, or email it to me and I'll post it in my fan art album. That is totally cool and I love that. I just don't like cheaters that take my artwork and say it's theirs, and especially don't like anybody who would try to sell my artwork. If you try and do that, I will sue you. I know how to do it, so watch out. Finally, a lot of you guys have asked me how copyrights work, and without getting too deep into the fine print of it, if you guys are the original creator of something, if you create it yourself and you can prove that you did, you already have a copyright on it. You don't actually have to file for one and pay for one. However, if you're worried about it, you can take a legal route and file for one and have one put on your work and things like that, or a collection of your work, which could be cheaper. At this point, I have not had to do that, and there's some other little tricks I can tell you guys on a later video about that. Anyways, let's get to creating some artwork today. Oh, but first I want to show you guys a few things. I just got my new prints in from Camila Dorico, and I'm so excited. I had my friend pick these up for me at Comic-Con, and she signed it to me. To Leilani, Camila Squishies, yay, I love it, thank you. And I got my favorite print of hers of all time, or favorite painting, I should say, of the Weeping Camel, and I've been waiting for her to do prints of these forever because I can't afford the original painting, sadly. But now they will decorate my beautiful studio wall, and I'll be inspired by those. And I have an exciting announcement. I'm proud to announce that my 3 Fate mini paintings have already been sold, so I'm going to get these ready to go to their new home very soon. Oh, there they are. Yay, say goodbye to them because they're leaving. Anyways, if you missed out on these, you should buy them faster. But I also have a collection of mini prints of them available in my Etsy store. You can get all 3 of them in a little set and put them in a cool little like triplet frame or something like that. So hope is not lost for you if you didn't get the original paintings this time. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to be starting on my next collaboration piece with my second winner, Miss Carol Marie Hensley Rodney. Quite a name you have there, miss, but a beautiful art piece, and I've been so excited to collaborate on this one. So I'm going to show you guys her piece and a little bit of what I'm thinking of doing, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's get started. First I have Carol's original illustration that I'm going to collaborate with and work from. And I've kind of started envisioning my own character somewhere in this space. So I started looking for some reference photos for an interesting pose. And I came across this little pinup girl here, which is really kind of a perfect pose to add to Carol's here. And I just wanted to make a little note about reference photos. Reference is really important, especially if you have sort of a complicated pose like this one here. But a good thing to keep in mind is you want to make the reference photo unrecognizable if you can. So I'm actually going to end up, I think I'm going to draw her in reverse, and I'm going to tweak her around and stylize it from the photo. So I always like to use a reference, but then in the end create something that's unique that someone couldn't necessarily really tell I used this photo. So that's something to keep in mind with illustration. I mean, if you're doing an exact portrait, obviously you want it to look very similar to the photo, but I like to keep things fresh and original. So just use it as a reference, as a jumping off point, and then end up making it your own style. So that's kind of what I go by when I use reference. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to start drawing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one of my most important art supplies is definitely having a snack nearby. I think one of the reasons why I was so drawn to Carol's illustration is it reminded me of one of my favorite films by Sofia Coppola. It was her Marie Antoinette movie that came out a couple years ago. And the art direction of that film is just beautiful and very inspiring. So I'm almost finished with my drawing on the tracing paper here, and the next step I'm going to do is actually scan the drawing at a very high resolution and print it on watercolor paper and proceed to finish the painting on watercolor paper. So I'm going to give you guys a little insider's trick right here. You can see on Carol's drawing that the stool is a little bit out of perspective and it's a little funky. Even though I kind of like that element about her drawing, I'm going to camouflage that a little bit by designing the rabbit to go over the stool slightly so that you can't really tell that it's off. So sometimes if you have an area that's not working, some clever little design elements can hide that. So just a little trick from you. Okay, you guys, well, my collaboration piece is almost finished now, and before I show you guys how it all came together, just want to insert a few quick announcements right here. First off, I want to send a huge thank you to everyone who came out and saw me at the J-Pop Summit Festival last weekend, especially Francisco and your family. Just want to say hello and tell you how awesome it was to meet you guys in person. And Francisco, I hope you'll keep creating your beautiful artwork because you're definitely going to give me a run for my money one day. So thank you guys again. And also Christine, I want to say hello to you who came out and supported me at the show, and it was just a pleasure meeting you as well. Next up, I want to announce that I am having a giant Labor Day sale starting right now. So run over to my Etsy shop and enter the following code, LaborDay25, and you will get a giant 25% off your entire order from now until Monday, September 3rd. So remember that, from now till Monday, September 3rd, 25% off everything in the shop. This might be a good time for you to pick up one of those canvas reproductions that you've had your heart set on, or maybe an original piece. Speaking of original pieces, I'm also going to be selling my portion of this collaboration, the original watercolor illustration by me, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more work to it. It's not quite finished yet, but as soon as she's done, I'm going to post this in my Etsy shop, so watch for that and get your hands on this one-of-a-kind original piece by yours truly, Leilani Joy. Alright, so that's it for me, and I will show you guys how this piece came out. I hope Carol likes it. I really love her original piece. It was so quirky and unique and really stood out from the other entries. So thank you again, Carol, for entering my contest, and I will be sending your completed collaboration print very soon. So without further ado, here's the finished piece, and I will see all of you guys on the next episode.